Hey, welcome back to this week's report. We're finally out on the ice. What a difference a week makes. You know, last week I encountered some 2, 3 inch, even 1.5 inch ice earlier in the week. But boy, those cold fronts really are pushing that ice way, way down. Right now we're encountering anywhere from 11 to upwards of 15 inches. But having said that, we did find a few spots even the other day where 8 inches, you know, it was covered by snowpack. And so use extreme caution. You know, I know some of the resorts are allowing some vehicle traffic, but stay on the planned routes, especially if you're bringing out a truck or a wheelhouse, something of that nature. Otherwise, the lake's pretty good to go as far as ATV and snowmobile traffic. The one thing we've noticed just getting out the last few days and getting established and setting up a pattern is we're finding a lot of these fish are deep. On mid-lake structures, we're finding them anywhere from 28 to 35 feet of water, so they're extremely deep. Most of the fish are either on the base of the structure or just off the structure adjacent to it. That doesn't mean you can't go out along the shoreline breaks and catch them mornings and evenings. Certainly there's a good weed bite going on, and a lot of the shoreline breaks are producing fish, especially during peak periods, but during daytime hours we're finding the best bite out in that deeper water, away from the gravel, away from the mud flats. Just at the base of that structure, you're going to find a lot more fish. Denny, nice work.
You're on the spot again, buddy.
All right.
Put me on the spot again.
And as we're ice trolling down the break line, I like to come out and just double check that we're on the right track. You know, I marked out the break, but I want to make sure that because we're fishing deep that I'm either right at the base or just off of the structure. I've got the snow bear parked on a point. I've got one guy out in front of me drilling, and I'm just checking. Good job, Ryan. Oh yeah, slot fish. Perfect. Getting a few keepers out here, primarily big fish, but we are getting a few to take home, put in the bucket. I think today this is our, number 5 keeper. So, nice work. Get that bait out of there. Not a bad walleye. Whoa, that one was hungry. Wow, just smoked it. Unbelievable. When you can't catch up to the hook set, you know they're smoking it. Unbelievable. And that's the thing about this year so far. The fish we are finding are pretty active, they're pretty aggressive, they're hitting pretty hard. They got one in the snow bear too. Let me try and get this fish up through the hole. Oh, boy. This time of year, it's sure hard to get them up through that hole. They just sit there and fight. There he is. Oh, not a bad walleye. Not a giant. Let me get this one back down the hole and get in the snow bear here. Double? Oh, big fish. Quick release. Another one. Boy, I tell you what, when you mark fish, you're going to catch them. They are coming up and just crashing it. Wow. Another keeper fish. Not bad, that one's borderline, but you know what? This is only the first few days we've been out, even though it's the end of December, almost the new year. If you're coming up to Mille Lacs Lake, make sure you're checking deep. Make sure you're drilling a lot of holes and working along the breaks. The main points, the inside turns, start there and then just branch out. And the other thing is just play it safe. I know there's a few resorts letting people drive out a certain distance, but don't just go off the beaten path and drive anywhere you want. We did find a few shallow ice spots this week, and I just don't want anybody to get hurt. But if you're coming up to Mille Lacs, you should be able to get some nice walleyes. You're going to have to work for them. Lots of big fish, but a few keepers. Happy New Year, everybody. Until next week, I'm Tony Roach, and we'll see you on the ice.